Yo, I really did pull my hamstring coming down the steps though. Damn.
Now that should be, you should record that shit for one of the little intros.
Okay, welcome to the AWO Podcast. We are the assholes with opinions. I am one of your hosts and moderators, Sonny. We got the damn Deacon.
Yo, double salute.
We got G Gaines.
Single salute.
Gentlemen, episode 1. Long time coming. How we feeling?
We feeling good, man. We ready to get this thing on. Let's talk about what we got going on in the world, man. Hey, I got one for y'all though. Have y'all seen this clip right here?
Hey, he was not ready. He was not ready.
No, he was
not ready.
Hey, look, little Timmy, this is where he learned racism, right here.
This is where it started, yeah. This is where it started at.
Hey, he almost killed that man.
Hey, you see the ref grab that little boy, man, what you doing? What the fuck you doing?
He went to full cry mode.
No, I'm talking about what?
Hey, he ain't give a damn about the wrestling.
Hey, look, he got slammed on the back of his head, but grabbed his leg. Well, that's when you know you hurt.
That's up that man equilibrium. He didn't know which way it was looking.
No, that's when you know you hurt.
Let me tell you, was that not the most perfect spine buster you ever seen in your life, man?
Hey, listen, let me tell you
something. Would be proud right now.
He walked with the kid for like 3 seconds on his shoulder. When he got him up and held him up there, I said, oh, shit.
That was that Matt Hughes, Deke. You remember Matt Hughes did that? Picked that dude up, walked around the ring.
Around the ring with him, yeah. Let me tell you something. His mom and dad, they knew it was about to be a problem. When he got up on that man's shoulders, yeah, it was about to be a problem.
And the best part about that wrestling thing was when he slammed her, the mom was like, oh, baby, you hurt him.
God, bro. He just wasn't ready. I don't know what he thought this was. He thought he walked into a tournament. He thought that this was going to be one thing. He didn't know. Because he was fucked up from the ground when he was on his back. They kept trying to tell him to roll. Yeah.
Did y'all hear the mom, though? On the low, the mom is the reason it happened. Because he walked up, and she said, pick him up, baby.
Yeah.
Everything went left. Everything went left from there.
Ref said, what the hell wrong with you, man? Put it. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, man. I'm telling y'all right now, man, that's a future Trump supporter got slammed on that mat just now.
Oh, yeah.
He gonna remember little what's his name who picked him up and slammed him on his head, man.
Little Dick Fonda, best him up for life.
Yeah. He got up like, man, fuck black people.
Life. For life, he is done. Hey, when he first slammed him, I was yelling. I said, pin his ass.
Pin his ass, right. Pin his ass. 1, 2, 3.
It's over.
Ring the bell. Speaking of pin his ass.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring the goddamn bell.
First topic of the day, man. R.Kelly. Now, funny enough, those of y'all watching this actual episode, we've been working probably about the last 2 or 3 weeks on test episodes. And R. Kelly is the only topic that has survived all 3 fucking test episodes to make it to this episode.
The plot thickens. Every day is something else with this
Every damn day, man. Something different. So it's a few things that I think we need to talk about with this situation. You got R. Kelly. We got the charges, right? We got the 2 girls who are living with him that he's not charged with anything for. And then we got the question of whether or not R. Kelly's going to be going to jail. So I would say...
Sticky.
Yeah, I would say first off, he's definitely going to jail. That he's finished. And I looked at the interview and I felt bad if he really didn't do all of that, but I think he did. But it don't matter if you did or not. You're going to jail. That you are done.
I got questions about the interview. Like, why would his team allow him to do that fucking interview?
I'm gonna take that one. I'll take
What's
that
up?
one. 6. So, in the court of public opinion, he's guilty.
As shit.
He's guilty as fuck. Like, he's going to jail. But in today's world, if you can't do something to sway public opinion, he doesn't stand a chance.
But
So
you don't think that shit made him look? You don't think that made him look more crazy though?
Yeah, their initial thought in him doing this interview was that it was going to be better for him. He was going to come across as like a victim, some type of sympathetic.
He definitely went off script.
Right.
He went off script.
And then he flipped out, showed all that emotion. Then he wouldn't leave the room while the girls were being interviewed. He's done.
Well, this fucker start performing in the middle of the interview. You don't want to know the truth.
30 years.
I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids.
30 years.
I can't do it.
Honey love. Dedication. I did dedication. Man, come on, son. Like, come on, man.
Let me ask y'all a question, though.
What's up?
Because this thing has brought up a real thought in my head.
What you got?
Do y'all think these parents are all the way good, though?
Hell no.
The parents of those 2 girls?
Hell no. Hey, let me tell you something. And I guess this is where they're going to really get a taste of who we are and what we're here to do. These parents, Azrael Clary, Jocelyn Savage, I'm going to go ahead and say their name because their parents are full of shit.
Full of
Straight
shit.
up and down.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, and again, on this show, we're not here to give y'all fact. We just giving y'all opinion, okay? My opinion, these parents fed those girls to R. Kelly. And they were looking at it one or two ways. Either R. Kelly's going to help them become a star, or we can always just blackmail his ass on the other side.
Yeah, because the light-skinned girl, I don't know what name's who, but she basically said she was an artist. And she was trying to, be discovered. Next thing you know, you done gave it to R. Kelly. Like, come on, man.
And then the one girl, she said years ago when she tried to kill herself that music was the only thing that brought her back. But all of a sudden in the interview, she's saying she tried to kill herself because her parents were making her sing.
Yeah, that's what she said. But she also said her parents told her to tell him she was 18. She was only 17 at the time.
Yeah. But I also believe the parents told her to get those pictures with him just in case they had to blackmail him later.
Definitely.
I believe that part, yeah. But I also believe R. Kelly's a sicko, though.
Oh, definitely. I believe R. Kelly
married a 15-year-old girl at any point in their life. I'm sorry, I'm not fucking with you. I'm done.
And then they said they saw him on the bus, like, smashing the lead on the bus. But, like, all those people should be held accountable, too. I think all of them.
Yeah, I think all of them some bitches should go to jail. Really.
You know
all of them should go to jail.
You should be like, okay, well, if, you didn't do anything about this, you watched, then that means you were watching child pornography. That's it. So we got to charge against you.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on, because I believe all 3 people on this podcast have seen that tape. So
I believe that business ain't got nothing to do with this business.
I actually
videotape versus live. You seen it live?
Let's not say that.
Back in the day at the Metropolitan Flea Market, man.
Hey, look.
Buying child porn.
Hey, but listen. I saw the tape because Gaines showed me the fucking tape back in the day.
No.
Gaines not passing out.
Hey, hold on. No. That's a lie. That's a lie.
We went at your house?
I'm going to tell you what happened. I was in Spring Chase Apartments.
Right.
I left. When I came back, Sonny was in the apartment. He said, "Hey, man, I got something to show you."
No. Yeah, you actually bought the shit, so you put money in somebody's pocket for it. That makes you way worse.
And we found it on the dark web. That's different. You went with the intention of purchasing it.
But going back to the parents, right? Here's the other problem though with the whole argument about against the parents. If R. Kelly does go to jail, what option does that leave for the parents? It's not like they're gonna get anything, and at this point, it's going to CBS.
I think it's revenge now. It's revenge because they didn't get what they wanted.
Yep.
It's revenge at this point.
And they could always file a civil claim if he ever make any money. They can get that money.
But
R. Kelly ain't got no damn money, man. Do you realize this man have been bailed out twice by fans?
Right, but if he ever makes any other money, then they entitled to it. That's like what they did with OJ. Like, they filed a claim against him. So if you ever profit off this at all, then they get the money.
That's why OJ moved to Florida.
Yep. So if they file the paperwork, basically he can't come out with a tell-all book and saying how I did my prison and turned my life around and saying I believe I can fly and all that shit. You can't do that because all that money gonna go to them.
Hey, just because y'all mentioned them, we're gonna go ahead and give out the Asshole of a Lifetime award to OJ Simpson. Being the one and only winner, runner-up, and contender for Asshole of a Lifetime. Let's get back to Definitely. Let's get back to R. Kelly.
They said, hey, man, you beat murder. Lay low. OJ said, where the hoes at?
Where the hoes at?
Where the white hoes at? Like, bro, like, come on now, OJ. No, man. No.
Hey, but look, so let me ask you a question. When you start talking about R. Kelly being guilty or not, does it matter that you really haven't seen the 12, 13, 14-year-old girls that everybody's jumping on, and what you're seeing is 16, 17-year-old girls? And what I didn't know, I just found out doing research for this episode, 17 is actually legal in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm just not with it because he meets these girls when they're like 14, 15.
Yep. Right.
It's like the boy who cried wolf. Now you trying to say you legal,
right?
But you was illegal all this other time, and everybody knew it. Just turned their head.
So last time they had video proof. Why do we think he's going to jail this time versus last time?
Because I think he didn't learn his lesson.
Didn't show up to testify, and the parents didn't show up to testify. You got all these other people showing up, but like you said last time, it's a victimless crime because there's no victim.
Right.
You're gonna lock him up for child porn when there's no girl to say that this is the one in the video. That's number one. And number two, they waited 6 years, I think it was, to put him on trial.
Right.
So by that time, that girl is grown. So the jury is seeing this grown female,
walking in. Right.
Yeah. I think if the jury would have seen this teenage girl,
I think R. Kelly's going to jail because R. Kelly's not really the moneymaker for the industry like he was.
Yeah.
I think during that time,
he's a scapegoat now. He's done.
No, yeah, definitely. But I think during that time, R. Kelly still was a moneymaker for so many people that the industry was geared to protect him, like they've done others in the past. Allegedly Mick Jagger, allegedly Jerry Lee Lewis, allegedly Elvis Presley. And the industry
is not even allegedly with Elvis. He's on video. He's on tape. You know how hard it was to be captured on tape back then. He's on tape with the little girl back then.
Well, Priscilla was what? She was 14, right?
14 when you started. Yeah.
Right.
You on tape. Like, it's, how you had to wait and take the picture with that shit. So you had to stand still for 20 seconds and then get the picture. And then so you standing still with like an underage girl, like, yo, 20 seconds, then you take the picture.
Right.
Come on, man. Like,
I don't know about that. But let me ask y'all this question though.
What's up?
This is back on the parents. Your daughter is being held in a place where you think she's being tortured, she's being abused. Mm-hmm. You know where this place is.
Right.
But yet you go to a reality TV show or you go to a documentary show to take.
Hey, let me tell you something. Master P said it best when he said, I'm going to be on CNN, not no fucking documentary.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got my daughter somewhere. You might as well just hand me my orange jumpsuit and my fucking slides on the way there.
It's gonna be one of them call the SWAT in hostage situations.
I'm trying to tell you, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be.
Kicking in the house.
It's not gonna be a situation of, we need to put R. Kelly on trial. It's gonna be, damn, let's remember R. Kelly today.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
And I believe Malik, you're not calling CNN. The first person you calling is me, and we going.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And then y'all say we need to talk the games because he got some stuff that we gonna need.
Hey, but look though, that actually brings up another question. I see a lot of other blogs and podcasts and news. I see a lot of people asking this question, but I don't see anybody ever really answering any answers. Let's see if we can get to one. Why, if you talking about a man who has already been charged with molesting a child, having sex with an underage female. Why are parents still taking their children to him? Number one thing. And number two thing, does that apply to why these fans, because like we just said earlier, fans have now bailed him out of jail twice.
People blindly follow public figures. That's the thing. Like if you attach to a public figure, when they do something, you don't think it's wrong. Like people attach to that, and like they gravitate to that. Like maybe that's an escape from their life. I don't know, but they give people passes, and they gravitate. Like they're doing wrong, and they write it off. That's just what that's what they do. Like Harvey Weinstein, everybody knew he was a snake, right? Everybody knew, but you know what you're going into. Bill Cosby, same thing. The rumor was this what he did. He talked about that shit on Larry King. Like, yeah, I give him that Spanish fly and people still were coming over there and now they shocked. Like, oh, what happened? Dude, you know where
my problem.
Right. What?
Like you mentioned just now, Harvey Weinstein. Bill Cosby locked up, he in jail. R. Kelly, they trying to put him in jail, throw away the key. They keep locking him up, right?
Right.
Why Harvey's still out on this street?
Hey, I'll do you another one too, though. Why is it that Bill Cosby, his trial when he went to jail, that shit was everywhere. R. Kelly, we watching this shit in real time right now. Harvey Weinstein's trial starts next week, next month, some shit like that.
This is about to plead down, and he's not gonna get nothing.
Nothing.
Because he still has money. When you don't have money no more, when you have so much money, you're dangerous. And when you don't have any more money, then you just perfect targets.
Right.
So if you out of pocket, like you got too much money where you out of pocket, we got to get you. If you broke and you ain't doing what we tell you no more, now we gonna get you.
You know who else I don't respect though? The Lady Gagas of the world. Like you knew who he was when you did this song with him. That wasn't that long ago. But now,
all of them.
Work with him from that point on. That you cannot say nothing else.
Yeah, all of them. All of you motherfuckers in the industry who've been doing shit with him and fucking with him, and you know good and fully well what he was all about. Yeah, no, get the fuck up out of here, all of y'all. Straight up.
Not like Paul. You was a Paul last time. You knew what it was. You wasn't a Paul.
Now let me ask y'all something else though. That actually brings up another point. Are we kind of biased as well? And when I say we, I'm talking directly about the three of us, because we all know when we were putting together topics for this episode, at first Michael Jackson was on the docket, but then we took it off because we all three felt like it was some bullshit, correct?
Yeah.
That man's dead now. I mean, you got people that's alive you can get. Why are you gonna try to go up to dead people? You want to go up to dead people, you can go up to a whole lot of other people too.
Yeah.
Like I don't believe he's innocent in it. I think he just had a warped sense of in his mind. He was just not all there. Yeah. Some shit might have happened, but once it happened, all the stuff that came after it was just the blackmail and the bribing. Now you're gonna have a documentary on it. Why? Like, what's the point? Like everybody already decided what they're gonna do. I mean, how do you feel about it?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think Mike was fucking with no kids.
Me neither.
I don't think Mike was fucking with
back in the day. Like
I think Mike lost out on his childhood. And
right.
Once he got rich enough and he got all the money and he was self-sustained,
right.
He was focused on reliving his childhood.
Yeah.
Was it weird for a grown man to be climbing trees out here? Yeah, weird as fuck.
Hey, hold on. He not only climbed the tree, but when he climbed the tree at 40 fucking years old, he said he was Peter fucking Pan.
Yeah.
That's a different mind.
Now Mike did hang his baby out the window too. Now he was messed up now. So I think maybe he was, back he was doing some stuff. He might have touched the boy or whatever. He might not have known no better. You know what I'm saying? He did something.
He might have touched the boy.
He might not have known no better. Right. So what we saying? Mike was just sleeping in the bed and.
No, I mean he might have, I don't know, touchy feely stuff. I don't know. He might have did something. You know what I'm saying? But
hey, why was he letting these kids sleep in their bed though, man?
that's the thing. Like, he was so weird. He was so weird that people were like, we can get money out of this because this is not normal. But he wasn't normal. So that's what I'm saying. He might have done something that he might not have known. Or maybe he was just sick. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But my whole point is, it's over with. You digging all this stuff up for what? Like,
he is dead.
I mean, you want to pick and choose. Let's get this Michael Jackson one out the way. Now let's start going down like Elvis and going down all the Harvey Weinstein, all these people. Let's go down all of this now and get all these documents. Don't just pick and choose.
Yeah.
Because
right.
I would say 50% of those celebrities like that with that much money and that much power, something's not right. Like, there's gonna be stuff you could do, and if it's caught on camera, you can get caught up. So you can catch up half of these people.
Right.
Hey, they all dirty out here, to quote my dog Bootsy.
Everybody, all that raping ain't going on. Somebody lying now. Somebody is definitely lying now. Like, everybody, come on, man.
All these rapes, man.
All these rapes ain't going on, man.
No, man, not all these rapes.
Somebody lying.
Salute to Bootsy.
Somebody lying, man. Not all these rapes.
Bootsy actually gives us a nice little transition period because Bootsy said all these rapes. And for some reason, when you say all these rapes, I start thinking about Baylor University.
Oh, shit.
They've been raping for a long. They really was all them rapes.
They
was
was really,
for a long time.
They was really out here taking it.
Hey, now I'm gonna need y'all two to present these two cases. We need to do like a comparison with the one, like you said, games that happened a few months back, and then the most recent one that took place. Let's one of y'all pick that up.
Mr. Jacob Walter Anderson at Baylor. So let me just tell you a little bit about this guy. So he was the head of the frat. You know, he's a frat president or whatever. They had a frat party, and this girl says she put her drink down to go dancing. Mistake number one. So she picked the drink up, drank some of it after she put it down, immediately felt sick, right?
Bad move.
So this guy, she said she knew the guy, but he had a girlfriend. But he insisted she go outside with him. So push come to shove, next thing you know, he takes his manhood and shoves it in her mouth. So she's gagging and everything. He does that. Then he flips her over, slams her against the wall, and said, you're fine, while he just starts banging her from the back. Right? So once he does that, he hits her head against the wall, puts her on the ground. So she's throwing up. So she's in the pool of her own vomit, and he leaves. And this guy got probation.
Probation.
Now
he got probation and community service. And the kicker is, if he finishes his community service on time, he doesn't register as a sex offender, and he has no record.
See, that's
that's case number one.
So now,
let's
talk about case number two. It's a guy named Sean Oakman. Sean Oakman got caught up in that whole thing with the NCAA violations with Baylor, where they had all those rape cases, all those players accused of raping these girls on campus, right?
Right.
It was proved as being systematic. Like, the head coach knows what's going on, not saying nothing. The superintendent or the athletic director, he knows what's going on. He's not saying anything, right?
Okay.
Sean Oakman was projected to be a top 5 NFL draft pick, right?
That's at least 30 mil, right? That's 25, 30 mil.
At least. All these allegations come out. There's a specific allegation against him, raping a female.
Okay.
He's fighting this case until this year, 2019.
Right.
He wasn't drafted by any NFL team. No NFL team signed him. Right? Lost out on his career for years. Because this happened originally back in like 2016, 2017.
Right.
So, come 2019, he's found innocent. It's found that this girl was lying about him.
Now, did she admitted to lying, or this is what they discovered?
They discovered
that she was lying.
Her lie didn't add up.
Correct.
Wow.
So now he's lost out on his career. It's 2019. He's been out of football for 3 years at this point.
Wow.
Millions.
This segues into something else. So why is there no repercussion for that? Like, there's no repercussion at all. Right?
For this female who cost him literally millions.
Right.
This female cost him millions.
Generational wealth gone.
Why is she in jail? she needs to be locked up.
Yep.
So anytime you got a quote unquote victim falsely accuse somebody, you think they should go to jail?
Yeah, especially just rape. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think
I can see that.
That's kind of. Yeah, that's a. I wouldn't go that far, but I would say like definitely in rape cases. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the part that I agree with is especially rape, because even when you found innocent on rape, you never beat a rape charge.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
You never beat a rape charge, because they're always going to be the people who side-eyeing you saying, yeah, you did that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because
or whatever.
You were convicted in the court of public opinion.
Public opinion. Right.
Remember that happened to the guy in Georgia a couple of years ago? He was a big-time recruit, and the girl said, the high school, but it was high school. The girl said, he raped me under the bleachers. And then she actually came out years later and said she sued the school, got money from the school and all of that. And she came out and said, oh, yeah, I was lying when I said that. And it was like, what about the money? Yeah, we spent that money. They caught her on tape. He actually confronted her years later. And she was like, well, I was lying about that. I had to do me.
This guy actually went to jail. Luckily for him, because of what happened with the tape and all, the Falcons gave him a shot in the preseason. He missed out on his whole, what could have been his college career. The Falcons let him come in the preseason. They ended up cutting him. Because the guy was in jail. He hadn't played in years.
Yep. All right, so let's cut through the bullshit and let me go ahead and ask the question. The case with the guy getting probation.
Yeah.
Was he white?
You know that.
The case with the gentleman who got knocked out of the NFL. Was he black?
He about as black as you.
Darkness, everybody! Darkness is spreading!
That's a black boy, then.
That dude is an asshole. That dude is an asshole.
And he got opinions.
That dude is an asshole.
How George Orwell says it. All animals are created equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
But so obviously there's a culture of rape down at Baylor University, allegedly. Let me say that for the YouTube motherfucker.
Yeah.
Allegedly, there's a culture of rape down there at Baylor. But even inside this culture of rape, we can't get the same shake as the other guy.
No, man.
Look at the other guy from Stanford, who the judge said he didn't want to. This kid was caught on top of a female, raping her while she's unconscious drunk.
Right.
The judge said he didn't want to ruin the kid's life. So he didn't send him to jail.
Yep. Oh, and the asterisk, the girl from Baylor, she was a virgin.
Wow.
Now, I don't know how much I'm believing that shit.
Yeah. CNN said she was a virgin, so you got to take that with a grain of salt. That's CNN.
Hey, well, look, no. We're going to give that shit the same courtesy that we give everything else. Allegedly. Yeah, let me meet somebody where you from. And they tell me ain't nobody fuck with
Look, did her daddy get on CNN and say she a virgin? If he ain't doing it, I ain't fine.
Goddamn virgin. Right. But she is a victim, though.
She is a victim. She's a victim.
But she is a victim.
Nobody deserved for that to happen to them.
Nobody.
And with the fact that happened, and he still got away with it. Her friends found her outside in her own vomit when she woke up.
God dang.
Damn, that man just vanished just now, did he?
The camera was rolling and everything.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Hey, make sure you keep that shit in here, man. These lights is hot as fuck.
I'm going to have to do these lights a different way for next episode, boy.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to be blind by episode 4.
Me too.
That's why I said I fuck with it for a day.
Yeah, I'm going to be sweating shit. I'm going to be sweating shit. Yeah, these lights hot as fuck, man.
On this Baylor, guy, this frat guy, right?
Right.
Does this affect his earning potential at all, do you think?
Hell no.
He can't go to the college anymore. So they say you're not allowed on Baylor no more.
Yeah, but he's going to finish up someplace else.
Right. He can go to another school, right?
So if you're Roddy in the bar and you get kicked out, hey, you're Roddy in that bar, you raped somebody. So our decision is, hey, man, don't come back here no more. Like, dude, you raped somebody.
Right.
The thing is, though, when he goes to get into the workforce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is gonna keep him from being employed? The same way this Sean Oakman, who was innocent, lost out on his $1 million career.
Yep, it will not happen. What people need to realize is, and this is an important point, what people don't get. People think, like, I'll say it like this. I'm a Saints fan. I don't like the Falcons.
Ooh,
I don't say people don't like the Falcons. But Falcons fans do exist. So just because you're not racist and you don't think racists exist in your circle doesn't mean it doesn't exist in the world. Exactly. You might not understand it. Just like I don't understand why people would like Atlanta over the Saints. I don't understand that because that's not how I was brought up. But I'm not going to just say Atlanta fans don't exist. People, when you say the system is racist, people don't understand that. They be like, no, it's not. It's not because you're not racist. That's the thing people don't understand. If you're not racist, then you believe that racism doesn't exist. Yes, it is. And there's people, like, if you think of it like this, you think stupid people don't exist? You might not be stupid, but stupid people exist. You can't say that it doesn't exist. Or not.
Yeah.
So if you know what I'm saying, like you're not racist, I understand that.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you something.
Just very ignorant racist people, and you got to think that those racist people have powerful positions. Like they don't understand that.
True.
So you gotta detach the fact that you might not be racist, right? But it does exist, even though that's not you. You got to acknowledge it exists, and that's exactly what that is right there.
Hey, but you know what though? Speaking to that, right? And I'm gonna tell both of y'all some shit. This is something that I learned in my time since being out on the road. Like, I've learned that there are actually different type of racists. You have some people who are racist because they just fucking racist. But you also have what I call the ignorant racists. Like motherfuckers who are good people. I'll say that shit because I know a few personally. Like, they're good-natured people. But they don't understand that some of their views and some of the things that they say
exactly like
are fucking racist until you tell them. You know what I mean?
You know,
like I had a dude. I had to tell him, like, bro, look, if that's how you talk with your friends, ain't nothing I can really say about that. You know what I'm saying? Those are your friends, however they cool. But when you around me, that's not what we doing.
Dude. That's why I don't do the whole. Because you guys know I'm in corporate America all the time. Right. I don't do the whole comfortable black jokes thing. I'm not with that. I'm not with that.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. That's my point. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've sat around and I've listened to motherfuckers tell jokes about Hispanic folks, or jokes about Arabic speaking folks, or jokes about, this one or that one or whatever. And I can remember telling them, like, bro, like, in my mind, if I wasn't sitting here, those would have been nigga jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what else? I'll tell you another point, that the climate of the world the past couple of years has brought to my attention. We're all inherently racist in this country.
Oh, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Everybody
is.
I don't know about racist. I would say stereotype. Stereotypical.
This is why I say that,
man. Racist.
The minute you're out, you got Betty over here who's walking outside, right? Walking down the mall.
Right.
The minute she sees this group of young African-American males, doesn't matter what they're doing. The minute she sees that group and gets nervous, what is that? That's inherent racism, you know? I'm not saying Betty is racist.
Right.
But it's in her. It's
built
in her, you know?
If we down at City Cafe, right? We all down at City Cafe and shit. And a white dude walk in a trench coat. Aren't we not going to get to the jokes?
Exactly.
I mean, for real.
Like,
we all going to get to the jokes, right? Dude. They're like, oh shit, look who just walked in here. Right?
Yeah, that happened. I remember when Mall of Georgia opened up. We were driving to Mall of Georgia. We saw a dude in July at 95-degree weather with a trench coat on, like he was coming out the Matrix. I'm like, he's going to go cause a problem. I don't know where he's going, but he's going to cause a problem. I'm going to read a quote from this lady. So this is just a quick 2-paragraph thing. It says, this guy violently raped me multiple times, choked me, and when I blacked out, he dumped me face down on the ground and left me to die. When I woke up aspirated in my own vomit, my friends immediately took me to the hospital. During the rape, he forcefully picked me. First, he shoved his penis in my mouth. Right. After that, he forcefully picked me up and shoved me into a wall to rape me vaginally from behind. And then he calmly said, "You fine. It's fine. It'll be okay." When I tried to pull up my pants or sit, he shoved me to the ground and shoved his penis back in my throat and continued to choke me with his hands. And that's your probation.
That's probation, right?
That's
right.
That's real fucking rape.
Yeah, that's real rape. That's real rape.
That's not this happened years ago and this happened and no, this what he did.
Right.
This was the rape probation. It showed.
You got this situation. This guy has probation, and you got Deshaun Oakman, who his lifetime dream of going to the NFL has been taken away. I mean, who in their right mind is going to throw away that opportunity to go to the league?
Whoa, hold up.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. Let me tell you who the fuck in their right mind is going to throw away an opportunity to go to the league. That's the perfect segue. Gentlemen, can we talk about Mr. David Irvin, please?
Oh, my goodness.
Dallas Cowboys, David Irvin. David put
Ricky
out
Williams
video.
2.0.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. David put out a video saying he did not agree with the NFL's drug testing policy while he was goddamn smoking the blunt.
Let me explain some background into David.
Talk to me. Tell me something.
So first of all, let me tell you the policy.
Help me understand this shit.
Number one, you get drug tested going back to like minicamp or something like that. They know the drug test is happening. Right. You know it's happening before you get to minicamp.
Right.
First offense, you get put into the drug testing program in the NFL, right? Okay. Second offense, you get suspended 2 games or fined 2 game checks.
And NFL, no, go ahead, my bad.
Third offense, you get suspended 4 games.
Right.
Fourth offense is another 4-game suspension. Fifth offense is a 10-game suspension. Sixth offense, that's when you get suspended for the year.
Hold on, wait. So you get 6 offenses in the NFL?
Before you get on the suspension that David's on right now.
Motherfuckers who work for me get 3 write-ups and we done.
So David Irvin has been suspended or caught 5 other fucking times.
And the NFL, they have random screening, right? But they also have scheduled screening, don't they?
No, but you test Eric every game. You testing him, man, out in Carolina every game,
yeah,
but you got this boy here on 6 offenses, man. Stop. Now, that boy's, man, come on now.
He's 25. He's 6'7", probably about 260, 270. And he's a legit ball player. Like, the kid can really play.
Hey,
and I know because he beat our ass last year, and that was really I did not sit well.
$30 million, throwing it away.
Hey, listen, man. Listen. Hey, all my smokers, all my weed heads, all my 420 people. I'm not trying to shit on y'all at all, but ain't the NFL worth giving up fucking weed for, man?
Not even giving up. Just take a break.
You're talking about during the season, right? Just take a fucking break from the shit.
Right.
You don't need
just
to
take a break.
Between the whole season. You just need to pass this one fucking test.
So he got caught 5 times. And now that the NFL says, okay, we're going to suspend you, his option is to say, yeah, well, fuck that. I'm gone.
He's been suspended every season for the past 3 seasons.
Every time. Yeah, he's on like offense number 8 or something like that. What is he on really? Like 6?
6. This is 6.
He's on 6.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm saying. That's what he said. He said on the 6th is when you get the suspension, the indefinite suspension and shit.
This is my thing, man. To anybody who loves to smoke all the time, right?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Smoke. It is. Now, he has some valid points about it being better than the opioids and the pain medicine that they try to get them to take, right?
Right.
They did try to get him on that. I did read that.
Prescribing all these pain meds, and people get addicted to those, so those are worse, in my opinion.
Right? Yeah, no. Hey, no, I totally agree. At least I snort coke. I don't smoke crack.
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that drastic.
That's basically what the fuck you're saying, though, right?
This dude just basically gave up his career and said, "I'd rather smoke weed." All right, he couldn't stay. He couldn't stay sober for like a season.
He didn't even need to be sober for a season.
But then, though, is his point valid? Back to what you were saying earlier. Is his point valid, though? Is that enough to where you should give up your fucking job?
His point is valid, not enough to give up the millions.
Exactly. Like you got to know how the rules work. Like back when Michael Jordan played, we all knew Michael Jordan would get calls.
Right.
So you adjust your game to that. We all know LeBron and Kobe got calls. So you adjust your game to that. You know what the game is. When you go in, you be like, this is the NFL.
Right.
I got to excel. I got to be a perfect athlete. I can't smoke weed. You knew that going in. So now when you go in and you can't get rid of weed, you're going to say the NFL is wrong for this policy. That's some shit you should have changed before you said you were smoking the weed. Like, you should have changed that shit while you were testing sober.
But we know he ain't
come in fucked up and say, hey, my test is my test is positive, and my defense is your policy is wrong. You can't say that.
And like, then it's
right,
not like
you show up for work late and they'd be like, hey, bro, you late. Hey, time is relative. You shouldn't say shit about me being late. Nah, you know the fucking rule when you came in. Like you can't just say that now.
Right.
And the thing is, it's not like he hadn't been dodging these drug tests all this time.
Exactly.
In high school, he had to dodge them. College, he had to dodge them. College, he definitely had to dodge them. You know, so it's just another step.
But so then,
you don't know when it's happening.
So is there kind of today, and this kind of goes to conversations that we're gonna have later on down the road. Is there kind of a difference today in legacy and prestige and how we view things? Because for him to pick up and just say, yeah, y'all done caught me 6 times. I don't give a fuck. I quit. And then you had a homeboy who quit during halftime and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like, fuck it, I'm leaving.
Nah, but that dude was in the league for a lot of years and he made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he was on the verge of saying, I'm going to play this year or I'm not. Like, he probably could have got 2 more years, but he was at that age where if he walked away,
right, he was on
everybody
would
anyway. Respect that. His problem was that he walked away in the middle of a fucking game. Like, he just
had
said,
a long, full career.
Right, he had about 10 or 12 in the league.
25. It's nothing else that he's going to get into or do that's going to earn him more money than he would have earned out there on that field.
Right. Right.
Nothing else.
So, boy, he was basically saying, like, man, I put 10, 12 years in this shit, and I'm tired of getting hit, and we suck. So I quit.
Okay.
I got all my stuff stacked up. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, I stacked my money. I got my investments. I'm good. I can quit right now without worrying for nothing. And he got a commercial out of it. He at least got one commercial out of it. This dude is going to get nothing.
Nothing.
He's done.
I got another question. And I was thinking about this shit when we were talking about adding this to the show. Why is this story so big? We know he's not the only one smoking in the league, right?
It's so big because the way he quit.
The way he quit, right?
The way he jumped on Instagram Live while smoking a blunt, like that's not gonna get him the sympathy. Nobody's gonna think that's for pain. That's him making his own personal choice.
I thought this shit was stupid. I'm like, bro, you got an opportunity to, like you said, you got an opportunity to make millions. You know what I'm saying? To take care of your family for generations, like you said, Games. And you mean to tell me
generational wealth? Yeah,
and you mean to tell me that getting high? I mean, you can't just pause this shit for how many weeks is a regular season?
16, 17. Yeah, 17, right?
Then counting preseason is what, 22?
That's another 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so 21, 22 weeks?
Yeah.
Yep. Half the year.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't put the pause button on that shit for that amount of time?
So, like, you think your worst habit, can you stop your worst habit with, like, for enough money to change your life your kid's life, and your kid's life. And the thing is, all you really had to do was work really hard and play really hard for 5 years.
Right.
If you did that for 5 years, you would get enough. You can get about 30 mil for 5 years, roughly.
Yeah.
That's going to change your whole perspective on it. Like your whole, and at that point, you can just go to Denver and smoke the rest of your life away.
Right,
if you invest your money right. But it's not. It's so important to you. You can't change that part of it. Like,
but I'll play devil's advocate here to jump on his side for a second. So to one of his points that he mentioned in that video, if you're playing for the Denver Broncos or the LA Chargers or the LA Rams, one of these legal states, why can you not still smoke and be in the NFL? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Now I got a counterpoint to that. Hold on, let me jump in.
Me too. I got one too. Go ahead though.
I got a counterpoint to that because in my line of work, we drive through legal states and non-legal states. But guess what? For us, it's still fucking illegal. Period, point blank.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot be, and I understand it's different because we driving trucks, we moving freight, we dealing with people with safety, you know what I'm saying? So you cannot have an intoxicated driver on the road. But I'm just saying, even if it went, let's say the shit went federal, right? And they legalize it everywhere.
Yeah. Truck
drivers are still going to be held responsible for not testing positive for marijuana use.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, if you work for a company, like we have offices based in LA, you still drug test people. So what's the difference? Like, you're drug testing your rules versus the state rules. Right. Like, it's just a big mess. Like, nobody prepared for it.
There are a lot of the corporate companies that are in these legal states that have changed their policies though on drug testing. Like, police in Seattle and in Colorado, they can partake in marijuana.
No, I agree.
On duty.
You 100% right with that. But guess who did not change their policy? The Denver fucking Broncos. Yeah, exactly.
NFL.
In the NFL.
NFL. All right.
No, don't get me wrong now. This shit is stupid. Yeah. I'm just trying to see the other side of it. The other side,
from what he's saying, right.
Yeah. The other side is he's going to be broken mad. He's going to be broken mad, and it's going to be somebody else's fault.
Yep.
That he smoked this weed and he messed his life up, but it's somebody else's fault. No, it's your fault.
Hell of a backup plan.
So how much of his contract is guaranteed? Is any of it guaranteed?
Not much.
Nah, give me 1 second. Right now, he's on a 1-year deal worth $2.2 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over the course of his NFL career from 2015 to 2018, he's made $3.6 million, right?
That's not a lot in terms of the NFL.
No. You want to know how much he's paid in fines?
How much?
$839,000.
Okay, so get David Irvin the fuck up out of here, man.
Yeah.
For real.
He's almost a third of his salary he's paid in fines. A third of his total earnings he's paid.
Hey, cancel culture. Why y'all won't cancel this motherfucker? For this shit.
No. He might need to be canceled for this
shit. Might need to be canceled for this shit right here.
Because he could have kept smoking his weed, kept making these millions in the NFL. Nobody would have known the wiser. It's plenty of NFL players, NBA players, MLB players. It's plenty of them get high all the time.
Basically,
no one knows.
Long time ago. Yeah.
You smoke, but you fucking up your whole family. Like, you fucking up 2 or 3 generations.
But I'm just saying, you paid almost $1 million in fines, bro.
Yeah.
You paid almost $1 million in fines. Like, nothing clicked. Like, that shit made sense to you?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You just giving these people their fucking money back. So basically,
playing for free. You free work.
Yeah, you playing for free.
Stephen A. Smith gonna kill that man.
Stephen A. Smith need to kill that dude. We all need to kill that dude. Because that's just backwards ass thinking.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's when your habit is uncontrollable. When you that uncontrollable. And I understand shit is hard, but bro, there ain't that kind of money on the line.
And I mean, even going back to what you was trying to say, when you was playing devil's advocate, like, I get it. Those script meds, yeah, that shit is horrible. But I'm just saying, dog, this is the shit that you just doing to yourself.
Yeah.
You paid over $800,000 in fines.
Yep.
even with playing devil's advocate, like that's
Right.
the way you like it, right?
Right.
That's the way it is. You
No,
gotta
not
play the game the way it is.
The way it is.
Get it changed later, Work to get it changed. But play the game the way it is today.
Now, here's where I'm gonna defer to y'all two to answer this question, because I didn't watch anything on him or do any research as far as his ability before we did the show. Is he that good?
Yeah, he's legit. He's legit. Okay. Yeah, he can play. His problem is that he's always unavailable.
They say things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
I just hope.
The only thing I'm sad about, man, is he's 25. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know this guy personally. We don't know what he's like. Nothing. I just hope he has a plan. Some sort of plan.
I'm about to rant.
Go ahead.
I got a ticket for speeding.
Oh, shit.
Now, I got a ticket for speeding.
Let's get it.
This was in Douglasville. This dude pulled me over. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock. I was coming from a work thing. So he pulled me over. He like, man, you know how fast you're going? I said, man, I don't know. It's late. I'm just trying to get home. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I ain't got no excuse for you. I ain't going to argue with you. He said, you going like, I don't know, 16 miles over, whatever. 17, whatever the miles was. I said, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I ain't say nothing else to him. He ain't said nothing else to me. So I went home. I got this shit. I waited the week. It was like, you got to pay it the middle of February. This shit was in January. I paid my shit like, look, here you go. I'm done. I just wanted out the way. It was a mistake, whatever. Right. I get a message in the mail the other day. They say it says you was technically going 15 miles over the limit and you didn't contest it. Now you got to pay the super speeder fee.
Yeah, super speeder. Yeah, super speeder.
So if I took time and argue with y'all, the lie and say I was not doing something that I was doing, you gonna give me less?
Yeah.
Like this whole thing is a fundraiser. You got your money. Yeah. I gave you your money, and now you gonna come and get more money. If I argued and went back and forth, I would have to pay this money.
Right.
So it's set up just to make money. Like that's the problem with this shit. Everything is money.
Well, that's where a lot of Georgia revenue comes from.
Hell yeah. Speed traffic citations. The state of Georgia, that's just damn near the number one form of revenue. He
could have questioned me. He could have acted a fool. He could do whatever he wanted. But when he came to me at night, he was about money.
That's it.
And I was about getting home safe. So he could have said, man, look, you mauled over 2 dudes and ran over them and shit, man. Look, I don't, whatever. Just let me get my ticket. Let me go home. Let me survive the encounter, and we'll figure this shit out later.
That's the problem. You couldn't even contest or argue because who knows where that's going to
be. You trying to get the fuck home. Like, I'm trying to make it out of this situation, so I'm not arguing shit.
But I'm like, I paid you. Like, now I paid you since I'm the good person to pay you. Now I got to pay more.
That's how that shit works.
And you know what? On Game's point, I'm going to rant a little bit, too, because I got a huge
problem shit. Everybody getting their shit on. Let's go. Yeah, Let's go.
Because, listen, I mean, y'all know how big Quan is. Y'all know his size to be 30, about to be 14, right?
Right.
I literally had to sit down and tell this man about how police will view him out here now. Mm-hmm. They're not going to see a kid when they look at him. They're going to see a 5'9", 235-pound black dude.
Yeah, he's a grown man.
Black man. What they going to say? Black. He's intimidating.
He's a grown man, yeah.
They'll put 3 bullets in him and won't think twice about it. You know?
Well,
we got to teach our kids to just stay away from them because that's in the world we in now. Like, we got to teach our kids to just stay out of the way.
That's the way. That's the problem. Like, that's what they're teaching people. Like, that's what they want you to say. That's the problem. They want you to say, just stay out the way, do what you got to do, whatever. And people that don't comprehend that, when you say, hey, the rules aren't the same for everybody, they act like that's a lie. But that's the truth.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
It's a strong possibility you will die when you get pulled over. So when I get pulled over, I'm like, man, look, I'm trying to get home the best way I can because I think I will die.
Yeah. Because I guarantee the conversation I had to sit down and have with Quan, this kid that he wrestled a couple weekends ago, it's a white kid who was 5'11", he 235 pounds too. Guarantee his dad didn't have to have that conversation with him.
Nope.
You know? Guarantee. If me and Quan get pulled over in a car, they're not gonna look at a dad and son. They're gonna look at two black males in this car.
That goes back to what I said. You have to realize that there's some stupid folks, and these stupid folks are racist. They are afraid of black people. Whether they should be or they shouldn't be, I mean, that's up for debate, right?
Right.
You can say it either way, but they're automatically afraid.
But see, that's kind of where I'm gonna chime in, because I didn't have the rant that y'all had, but where I'm gonna kind of chime in is, I'm definitely of the mindset, man, I got to deal with the individual. You know what I mean? I got to deal with the individual, because I don't care if you're talking about the police, if you're talking about firefighters, if you're talking about the military, if you're talking about the damn crew working at the YMCA. Like, bro, you just have shitty people in this world, period. You know what I'm saying? And you do have good people in this world. What I'm saying is, that's one thing I try to keep in mind. I met a cop one night at a truck stop, and we had like a 2-hour conversation. Here I am, this fucking 260-pound black truck driver. He's probably about a 210 white cop, and we just sat and we had a conversation for almost 2 hours. That's
what's missing in the world now, man. It's missing. People forget that the people you're categorizing, they're actually people. Like, people forget that they're really just people. Like, everybody get caught up in these political things, and this person this, or it's too liberal, or it's too left, it's too right, whatever. But It's just people. Like, you got to realize that's a regular person. They put their pants on one leg at a time, and most of them just go to fucking work and try to do something. They're regular people. And they get caught up with these people who their status make them not regular people, and you let them program you. Like, these people are regular fucking people. Like, you got to just let them be people. Like,
but see, I think that the ones that we talking about that are like in uniform and pieces of shit, I think they pieces of shit in their regular fucking life.
Exactly. A lot of people, they rifle off all this stuff. You show up at their house the next day, you're going to be like, they could say, oh, well, I hate black people for this, or I hate white people for this or this. When you show up in their face, they're going to say, hey, I got 50 black friends. And this lady actually told me that. People just are idiots, and they try too hard, and they know they're lying. They won't be real to themselves.
My issue is with the topic that I brought up. It's all right. So we don't expect a tornado to hit, right? But we prepare for it.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, there are good cops. Yes, there are bad cops. My problem is the fact that we got to prepare all these African American youths to deal with the bad situation. Because it happens so often. My problem is that we even have to prepare them for that. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem.
That's the world we live in, man.
Did you say youths?
What is a youth?
Let's transition into G Gaines Corner. Woo, yeah. Animation.
Gaines with the random fucking facts.
Yeah, Gaines, what's the weirdest story you got for us this week?
All right, so the weirdest story we got now is everybody knows about hacking. Everything gets hacked, right?
All right.
So apparently the big phase now is sex bots that respond to everything, and they're about your size. Okay. So people are saying now that these sex bots are connected to the internet. So they're connected to the internet, and they have prosthetic arms and legs that can move based on your commands.
Okay.
So somebody could, in theory, hack your sex bot and say, take this little vibrator and beat the shit out of them with it. And they'll let you. And they're saying, like, it's not updated, right?
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you where this story is taking me, man. I'm about to have me an army of fucking sex bots. Motherfucker fuck with me. You best believe Trisha and goddamn Ashley and all these motherfuckers are coming.
Hey,
guns in hand.
I'm trying to decide what's worse. The fact that this story was out there, or the fact that you actually had to research this story for this fucking show today.
Because of my industry, I researched vulnerabilities, and I came across this vulnerability, right? But you think like a vulnerability is like, okay, you got your laptop, right? The whole point of this, your laptop has a vulnerability.
Right.
But your vulnerability might have your identity stolen or some stuff off your laptop, right? But that's all it can do.
Yeah.
But you take that same software and you apply it to a sex bot that's about your size, maybe about your weight,
sex.
So you get hacked and it
Wait. Whoa.
They keep going back to the sex bot being about
your size,
I
right?
keep going to these sex bots breaking people down like Liam Neeson out this bitch.
No, I mean it's not like that. I'm at the worst. Like I
just want to make sure that I'm being clear. What we talking about right now, we talking about sex bots committing murder, right?
Hey,
that's what we talking.
It is possible.
If these sex bots ever attack, they coming to lock this motherfucker.
No, you know what they gonna do?
I'm trying to tell you.
I say you have a sex bot, son.
Whoa, whoa, I'm a married motherfucking man. What's wrong with you?
Well, Deke, you have a sex bot, right, Deke? Let's say you have a sex bot, right?
That shit in the closet right now, named Patricia.
So let's say you have Ashley in the closet, and you got a Bluetooth connection to Ashley, right? And Ashley has a fully posable arm and all of that shit, right? So let's just say you working on Ashley, you doing your own public business. Somebody decided to hack Ashley and say, hey, when you see his head in your vicinity, you swing your fully opposable arm at that head. Let's just say that, right? So while you sitting there messing around with Ashley, she just start doing this and beating your ass, right? But then, like, what happens, like, at that point, though? You know what I'm saying? What happens at that point?
So Ashley's out here slapping the shit. Wait a minute, whoa.
It's just a simple command.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait.
Arm command.
Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta go. I gotta go back for a second. Is people out here eating out sex dolls?
Hey, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I was confused on that one.
But in Tokyo, there's a problem right now.
What's the problem?
People are so innate with their devices, and people do not want all of the hardships that come with dealing with people.
Right.
So now they get a sex bot and keep it moving. And the birth rate in Tokyo is falling because I mean, it's a real thing. Like, hey, this is a real thing.
Yo, these motherfuckers going crazy when you got that.
Hey, so you got lie,
bro. I ain't got to go to the club. Hey, look, when you talking about, you start talking about that culture over there. You know they believe in efficiency. They like, bro, I don't have to meet nobody. I don't have to go to the club. I ain't getting no fucking Instagram. Right. I'm finna go plug this motherfucker up. Handle what I gotta handle.
A baby ain't been born in 3 months in Tokyo.
Right. We gonna keep it fucking moving. So
you ain't gotta worry about all that.
You a nasty son bitch if you out here going to public sex bot houses and shit like that.
Hey, they actually have. Dude, this is how crazy our culture is. People don't care. Like, they don't care about morals no more. It's all about, I get this robot to do what I gotta do. I'm good.
Hey, were there sex bots at this sex party?
Oh, it was all people.
Were they murdering people?
They just them boys, they partied too hard.
Hey, look, I just found a perfect career for David fucking Irvin then. I just found a perfect career for David fucking Irvin.
Goddamn right.
He need to be out here advertising these goddamn sex bots.
Hey, let's say for the sake of argument, you had a sex bot, right? For the sake of argument. Mind your own business. You mind your own business with your sex bot, and this sex bot arm just swings and hits you over the head.
Yeah, your sex bot just haul off and slap the shit out of you.
How would you feel about that shit?
Oh no, man. Oh no, every time
you spend like $2,000 on this thing, and then one day she just haul off and swing on you.
Or imagine
it's always connected to the internet. How many Terminator movies have you watched?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of into that shit, so it probably wouldn't stop me now.
Imagine if you put the sex bot in a certain place, right? You leave and come back, and that motherfucker's in a different room.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing. Like,
hell no.
And these devices are not being updated. I mean, like, let's be real. If you went to the sex store and you bought a fucking vibrator for you and your wife, or you and your significant other, right? Or you gonna sit there and say, let me update the latest code to this shit so you can be secure? No, you ain't gonna worry about that shit.
Hey, whoa,
and that
whoa,
thing mess you up.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. We're not gonna speed past that like you ain't just say that shit just now. You said you buy a vibrator for you and your wife.
Hey. What are you doing with the vibrator?
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing with the vibrator?
Potatoes, man, myself. Like, let's just say, this sounds pretty bad, but let's say somebody has some of these vibrators, right? And they put it in there, and it's hacked. And they put it in there, and they say, okay, whenever they say level 1, we're going to say that's your level 100. It's just a hack. Right? So you put that thing in, you test something up. You know what I'm saying? But who's gonna report that? Who's really gonna report that?
Oh man, this dude.
Are you gonna go to a spot with your sex bot and say, "Hey man, my bitch broke. She's bitch." You ain't gonna do that.
That was gay.
That's my weird news story of the week. There you go.
Appreciate that. Thank you very
Just
much.
think when you get devices and it sounds good and you say, "Oh, it's connected to my phone,"
it could be a murderous sex bot.
Hacked right now.
If you think you could potentially have a murderous sex bot, a sex toy on your hands, please comment below and let us know.
Right. Please comment below and let us know.
We will do absolutely nothing about it.
But we will laugh at your ass straight up and down. Hey, first of all, man, to all of our first viewers, everybody watching, we appreciate it. We should be coming at y'all every Tuesday, probably somewhere around 12 in the afternoon. Every Tuesday, 12 in the afternoon. You can check back here and on our YouTube channel and catch us right here. If you want to talk to us, you want to send us some questions, you want to add something, or if you just want to talk shit back and forth, you can catch us on Twitter at AWO Podcast 1, at AWO Podcast 1. You can catch us on Instagram at AWO Podcast. Myself, you can catch me on Instagram at Soundchasm. Again, that's at Soundchasm. Catch me on Twitter at Chasm Sound. D.
Yo, you catch me on Instagram at the damn Deacon 44. And that's it. I'm not messing with Twitter right now.
I'm simple. I'm just G Gangs. You look on Instagram on G Gangs. That's all it is. Ain't nothing to it.
Word. All right, fellas. That is the end of this show for today. Remember, man, opinions are like assholes. We just some assholes with opinions.
There you go.